The score on the board in match 10. Let's get over to Danny Hudacek, who's in the commentary box.
And thanks, Vinny. This will be an interesting game, I think. Second game of the day between PCC Kings and Mobilisers. And Mobilisers are a little bit under strength, I think, on the first day. Just getting used to conditions. Very new club. PCC Kings, PCC, the oldest club in the Czech Republic. So, got a lot of experience and a lot of talented players in their squad. And I think it's a good toss to win for both teams, to be honest. PCC will look to score big, but also saw that the bowlers dominated the first game, and so I don't know if PCC are maybe going to take the Mobilisers too lightly. Might depend on this opening partnership. And it's Harun Ashar Khan. Looks like Hilal Ahmed, I think. Sharon not here today. Having a bit of a rest for doing the business on Monday. But Hilal Ahmed is very, very experienced, long-term player for the Czech Republic team. Probably hasn't been in the greatest form of his life, or wasn't last year at least, in the Super Series. But definitely, he can be devastating. That's going to the man at the other end, Harun Ashar Khan. So we'll see how they go in the start of this innings. The ball, he's ducking in a bit. Vinny, what do you think of this game?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a mismatch the other day, wasn't it? But we've also seen the Kings can misfire. You see aircraft going over the ground at the moment. Getting a sense of the surroundings. It is a beautiful part of the world. Doesn't feel too much like spring at the moment, but I'm telling you, forecast for next week looks like it's going to warm up a little bit. And yeah, I think the Kings are going to come out and continue on their merry way. They're 2-0. They've had a very good start to the tournament. They're defending champions of the European Cricket Series here in Prague after they defeated your club, Vinor, in the final last year. I just want to say a quick bunch of highs to some people in the chat. Well, the Stevens are with us, Stephen Kelk and Steve McVeigh as well. Welcome to the chat today, and Yost is in there as well as Kerno. Great to have Kerno back. And we're going to start with Ashok ready with the ball. Someone ready starts. Good pitch, ball outside, off stump, and just a single.
And just very watchful there from Hilal. Hilly is very susceptible to the LBW. He does come across his stumps quite often, and also has been involved in many comical run-outs. I think he's settled a bit. When he was younger, he was very excitable.
Gets this one past the captain, Ashokan. He's out there opening for batting, and he's an experienced campaigner, isn't he? And I'm sure he wants to get the Kings off to a good start. And, well, a pretty decent start as well from Ashok. This one's worked off the pads nicely. Nice bit of timing. It's a long chase with the fielder out there. Don't think it'll quite, in fact it does. It makes it all the way to the boundary in the end. It's the first boundary of the innings. Nice shot timed off the pads from the captain, Aaron Ashokan.
Yeah, he's not taking too many risks so far, Aaron. It's just a little bit straight as a full toss.
He didn't try to overhit that, did he? Just a nice bit of timing. You've got to get your length right. That's what we've learned on this pitch.
It's a good ball, that.
He does this time, doesn't he? And it's exactly where you want to be. I've seen sometimes, especially in these conditions, it takes a little while for the feet to get moving. And this one, just trying to nurdle it down to third man. Didn't get any bat on it, so they need to take wickets, especially early, if they're going to keep this Kings score out of control.
It's nicely played behind square. Should be another 4, and it is. The wind behind him, and also there's a bit of a slope down there. Lovely shot again from Arun. Looks in good touch this morning. They've scored a lot of runs against this side the other day. Let's see if they can repeat it. Just watchful onto the bat. These two know each other very well as well. They've played with the same team for many, many years at national level as well. Aaron's a national team, current national team member actually, so is Hilal.
Yeah. And we get to the end of the first over. It's 9 for no loss after the first over. And just a couple of boundaries taking the pressure off, but there are a couple of good deliveries in there as well. And they're going to go for a slower bowling option in the second over. Mobilisers. We experiment a little bit. And at the moment, looks like we're going to see Santosh Bemi ready with the ball. Get their first wicket. It's 9 for 1.
Yeah, it's still a bit early in the season. I think this is his first innings of the year, Hilal, and just mistimed that. Not a great way to go. But good bowling here from the mobilisers.
Yeah, I mean, well, that one could have easily been whacked away for 6, but he just didn't have the timing. And I guess it just hung in the air nicely for Nalkutka. He kept his composure. But look who's coming into the crease. It's the beast, Sidesh. And we talked about all the names he has. He goes by Sidesh Wickramasekara, Rory Diaz. Rory maybe. But one thing is for sure, the beast, if he gets going, he is very hard to control.
he's very, very difficult to control, and there's been a lot of attacks destroyed by the beast. Just very watchful. First up.
Good start actually by Bemiredi, and it's such a critical few deliveries. The first from Santosh Reddy.
Just been tapped down to gully. A bit excitable there. They're looking for another wicket. Either of these batsmen be a good wicket for mobilisers. Two of the best batsmen in the Czech Republic. They know it. But, the ball's dominated the bat so far in the today. Let's see if it continues with the mobilisers. It's just been pushed out towards point. Again, lots of calls there from the mobilisers team. They're up for this, and with that early wicket, it's put them on a bit of a high.
Yeah, it's good running as well. It's just do it all in boundaries. CC Kings, you're a powerful unit, but take the pressure off, build confidence, and turn the strike over. Give both batsmen the ability to face a few balls. And you get the loose one, you got to pounce. That's one thing that Wickramasekara does very, very well. Santosh Reddy. punch right off the back foot. It's well timed. It's knocked down at point. Just beat a single. And comes down to how many do you think the mobilisers can chase? You know, it'd be hard to envisage them chasing something in 3 figures.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it even more important that they try and keep the score down and take wickets and take their chances.
That's exactly right. It's been good bowling so far.
He's going to horn this throw in. It's going to take some stopping even for the man who's backing up. And you can see an attacking option, making them run everything out. Maybe a run out from nowhere. Could also remove one of the key players as we get to the end of the second over. There are only 4 runners off that over. Also a wicket for Santosh Reddy. It's 13 for 1 after 2.
Yeah, they'll be happy with the start, mobilisers. And but there's they bat very, very deep. The Kings. So, but these two, I think the vital combination for them with Arun and Sudesh. But as I mentioned, it was the ball dominating the bat in the previous game, and a bit tricky at the moment for PCC, the Kings.
Yeah, sorry. There's been some good fielding as well this morning, and that's another really key factor. We've seen a lot of chances taken, removing dangerous batsmen, and it is fairly windy out there. Nothing like what we saw yesterday, Tornado Tuesday, as we were calling it. The breeze is pretty much across the ground at the moment, left to right. That's going to be dangerous, particularly to Vikramasakara, who like to pick up the ball and whack it over the leg side if you get bowl in that area to him. But looks like we're going to see Al Mahmood coming in to bowl the third over. They're just dawdling a little bit in the field at the moment, mobilisers. Need to just keep an eye on the clock, making sure they're not too slow bowling their overs. They don't want to incur any penalties. Here is Mahmood. Worked away on the offside by Ashokan. Starts with a single. It's the last over of the power play. And sometimes that can play on a batsman's mind as well. Even though he hasn't faced too many balls at the moment, Vikramasakara, he will be pretty conscious that he'll have the field up for only 5 more deliveries. So he may just be induced into more of an attacking shot.
He's very strong straight, Arun. Likes to hit straight down the ground.
This is a nice shot as well, though, through the offside. Oh, well, it's a class shot from a class player. He just let it come to him, leaned on it behind point. And that one's in the long grass, 4 runs.
Yeah, Sudesh is he's very strong all around the ground. And he's just got, it's the bat speed, but also the power behind it.
The hand-eye coordination there was incredible as well. Because, see, it wasn't even that wide of the off stump, but he just got himself in a perfect position to stroke it away. And even though this isn't particularly fast outfield, race to the boundary. We'll get another chance, and this time we'll go aerial in the same direction, and this is going to be the same result. 4 runs. Great batting by Vikramasakara.
That was a bit more brute force, and didn't quite get all of it, but it just a bit wide, hit nicely square. And yeah, just loosening up the bowling here a little bit.
A deep backward square leg at the moment, and a deep mid wicket. No protection on the offside. Well, just showing some presence of mind. Didn't want to go after that one. Let it go through to the keeper.
Doesn't need to take any risks at the moment. There's it's still very early in the innings, and you know, maybe test to see what mobilisers have of their bowling attack.
Driven down the ground. Just leaning on that one, getting a single. And we have mentioned before about Vikramasakara that he does hold the equal fastest T20 international century record with 2 players. I think it's David Miller and Rohit Sharma. Is that right?
I think so. I think yeah, definitely those two. Well, definitely David Miller. I think it might be Rohit Sharma as well. Some pretty good names there.
Not too bad to be in that echelon. Of course, I can probably just Google it. Because
there might have been before at that 4 batsmen, but definitely David Miller.
we get to the end of another over. It's 24 for 1 after 3. And yeah, it's Rohit Sharma, David Miller, and Sudesh Wickramasekara. They are the 3 batsmen that have achieved that feat of a century, coming up in 35 balls. Wickramasekara, the most recent to do it, against Turkey in August 2019. And, well, one thing he would love is 100 in the European Cricket Series. And, well, he wouldn't put it past him. Saw the kind of form he was in on Monday. And get the 4th over beginning now. It's going to be the captain, Suresh Karambuina, coming into the attack. Score 24 after 3 overs. There's Shokin on strike though, and drives his full toss down the ground. Get a single. He said, well, over to you, the beast. Just want to say a quick hello to everyone who's watching on YouTube today as well on our live chat, ECN European Cricket Network, or whether you're watching on Fancode in India. We certainly hope you're enjoying the action. Again, full toss, but nice low full tosses off the end of the bat. Just get a single direct hit, but they won't concede an overthrow. Yeah, everyone's welcome in that live chat. We love any questions you might have or any comments you have. We know a lot of people are enjoying watching the Fancode European Cricket Series from all around the world, not just Europe, definitely across the subcontinent, Australia, New Zealand. We have viewers in the Caribbean, the UK, and wherever you are watching from. We certainly aim to entertain you every day, Mondays to Saturdays. It's a good delivery, gets past to Shokin, and this is a good bit of bowling. And look at this. This one just takes off from the captain, Karambuina. Bit of captain-to-captain action. Just leaves him. And nice bit of bowling. Well, this one is uppish and gets away. But look, they will get 2. And, well, get a bit of luck there for Shokin. A couple of close calls this over. And it's been a pretty good one from Karambuina, holding himself back until the fielding restrictions had eased. He goes after this, and he gets plenty of it. Is it going to go all the way? It's actually a really good bit of fielding. And they'll come back for 2. I think that's fine. He took off in the field of play. And we'll just have a look here. Again, look at this fielding again. But this is really clever work. You see, yeah, he took off. And he seemed to get it before the foot came down. So just 2 runs. And this next one's up and over the top, the third man direction. It takes a friendly bounce for the batsman. And we're going to get a boundary. Well, it was a nice chase by Conda. And again, we've seen a few balls flying away. There's a bit of a slope to this ground, isn't there, in some places? And that one rolled away from the fielder for 4. That will end the 4th over. The score now is 34 for 1.
Yeah, they've just starting to consolidate a little bit, PCC. It's good fielding on the boundary there, though. Out there to cut off that 4.
What do you think about this start then, Danny? 34. The overs we've seen so far, over by over scores, 9, 4, 11 and 10. So, except in that second over, they've been getting that 9, 10, 11 and over. And they've been doing it with a minimum of risk as well, that's what I've noticed.
Yeah, it's been good. It's a good little launch pad, I guess. And being watchful. I think I think the pitches. I was speaking to Javed Iqbal after that last game. He was very happy that Bohemians won, and they're very much a bowling team. And he said that there's more pace in this pitch at the moment, and it is. You can see that it's cutting off the pitch as well into the batsman with the wind and off the seam. So I think conditions are a little bit more difficult for the batsman in some ways, but it'll come onto the bat as well.
Mahmood comes back to bowl his second over.
I saw it just
Yeah.
just then. You saw it as well. It came in a little bit to the batsman Sudesh.
Yeah, I think the reason is the more you play on this artificial surface, because it was brand new on Monday, and the players running on it, it basically flattens it out. So that grass gets compacted a little bit, the artificial grass, and for that reason you'll see the ball just coming through a little bit quicker, which I think is probably what Javed Iqbal's describing. So Shokin on strike this time. Good Yorker from Mahmood. Didn't dig it out for a single, but I suppose been impressed with the composure from the Kings, and then they're satisfied just to play out those balls for a single, or even they're not afraid to take a dot. And when they bowl, they get a loose delivery, they generally will put it away.
Yeah, I think that's what they're waiting for. It's good batting, and it's again still very early in the season and very early in the tournament.
So I might have just flicked the pad down leg side. I think that's why there's no call from the umpire. And look at this one. Yeah, just flicking the top of the pad, so they'll get away with that one. Mahmood's been a good performer so far for the Mobilisers, one of their shining lights. It's been a difficult start to their campaign. This time staying full. It's going to be called a wide. So look at this one. I felt like it may have just snuck inside the line by instinct.
Yeah, it did.
See, that's a bit of a harsh call. But I mean, umpire only gets one look at it. That to me was probably the perfect delivery. You're probably against the beast. Need a bit of luck going your way. You didn't get it that time, Mahmood. Have to re-bowl it.
It's well bowled though. Just punched down the ground.
Yeah, what's important, I think, with these two batsmen in the crease, if they do give you a chance, you need to take it. It's not going to be easy. But they are going to want to attack, and especially in the next couple of overs, they're going to start really trying to move things along. If you can take that chance, it just gives you a chance to get your head back in the game. Goes after this one. This could have been the one we're talking about, but it's going to be in the gap. Not just that, it's going to go for 6. Maximal time. And this time it's Captain Ashokan. And, well, fortunately there was no fielder back there. It was right into the gap, and it had the legs to carry for 6.
Yeah, there's no one there at cow corner, just between the two fielders there. Just picked it up, hit it off the toe of the bat, but did enough to get over the boundary.
So 42 off the over of the innings now. Only 2 off this over of the first 4 balls, but that 6 gets them up to 8 off the over. Here's the last ball of the 5th over. It's good play intelligently by Ashokan. So we'll finish the over with a single. The score after 5. It's 45 for 1.
Yeah, again, it's a nice over. It was just that one big 6, or the little 6 in fact, in a way, that spoiled his figures there. But it's a steady start from Kings. They haven't blown Mobilisers away. Just biding their time. They're halfway through the innings. I think they'll accelerate from here though, and we'll get to maybe about the 120 mark, especially if these two are in.
Yeah, that's key, isn't it? Santosh Reddy coming back into the attack for the Mobilisers. And I guess what's a bit scary, you've got Ashokan there, who's going at the moment, 29 off 17. And the Beast hasn't really done anything too expansive yet, but he's 14 off 11, and he could launch at any time. Santosh Reddy. This one just gets on Ashokan a little bit quicker than he thought, but still works away for a single.
Talia, the security dog, she's right in front of the tent. She's got a red coat on today, just warning players. But if there's anyone at long on or long off, then she'll if they make too many sudden movements, she'll go at them. So hopefully they won't. This is in the air. I think it's gone too far back. It's just over the boundary. Didn't quite get hold of it, the Beast, but did enough.
Well, that's a sign how dangerous he is, because when he doesn't quite hit them, they're still going for 6. And this is on a field where a lot of players have struggled to hit 6s. You see this again, it's all of the length. You can't bowl short to him. You will be punished. And it's exactly what Santos Reddy found out there. Goes offside this time, but it might be a chance. Well, only if you're a couple of rows back. And again, showing the power. The Beast goes into beast mode, back-to-back sixes. Another Maximo here in the 6th over.
Yeah, he beasted that one over cover. And just power. And he's got lots of that. So, where do you bowl to him?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you got to go full. I mean, and hope you miss times one. I think if you give him length to work with, he can pretty much, he has his pick of the board where he wants to hit it, doesn't he?
He hits it hard straight as well.
I mean, get up there in the block hole. Where he goes short again, and well, watch your heads. There'll be helmets in the crowd if we had one. Maximo, 666, the Devil's number. And right now, things are heating up in the middle, and it's the Beast doing the job for the PCC Kings.
Yeah, not quite getting right. I said they might accelerate in this from this over, and it's been 18 runs off 3 balls.
Yeah, well, I mean, you said, where do you bowl? I can tell you where not to bowl, and that's pretty much it. Well, I told you, he could have launched any time. Right now, he's in full flight. It's even scarier for the bowler, Santos Reddy. There's still 2 balls left in this over. Gets a bit of extra bounce that time. Again, you just love a little edge on that. Because the longer the Beast sticks around, you feel like he's going to bat the mobilisers out of the game.
That was a good comeback. Just right, a little bit of extra bounce. Good line though.
Last ball of the over. He pitches up. I think this is more the length to bowl. And it'll be hit for a single. And we're 20 off the over. It was magical for the Kings. The score after the 6th over is 65 for 1.
Yeah, there's I think, as I mentioned, they'll start going a little bit more now. See if Sudesh can get his second 50 of the tournament. It's looking likely, as is Arun. There's just, I think it's been steady bowling from the mobilisers in general, but anything that's slightly hittable, they will hit these 2 batsmen.
Aaron Conda is going to take up the attack here in the 7th. Let's see if he can do something about this. Well, Talia, the security dog, influencing fielding positions. And they're going to put the mid-off up in the circle so they don't have to risk setting off Talia.
She's very watchful. Anyone who's near this tent, she's gone away. I gave her the game off, so she's not in the commentary tent. She's actually out there playing with Talia, and then there's also Phil G, who's there. Yeah, Phil G. Great to have Phil G around. Licking his mask and his glasses.
Certainly enjoying having Phil nearby. Aaron Conda is the bowler, and he starts with a dot. Going to get the big wicket. This one, a bit of extra bounce. Hit hard at the fielder. Reddy. Slight fumble, but they probably were going to get the single anyway. They'll probably get 2 now as the throw hits the stumps and bounces away from the keeper. So it could be costly because it's going to bring the Beast back onto strike.
Yeah, look, both these batsmen are dangerous. I think definitely it's you're bowling at 2 of the best batsmen in the Czech Republic.
Yeah,
who can comfortably hit 6s on this ground.
Yeah, Shokin's no slouch for the bat, that's for sure. I mean, these batsmen are racing each other to half-century, you feel, at the moment. It's the Beast at the moment, Vikramaseka on 35. So recently overtaken Ashokan on the back of 3 big Maximos last over. And, well, just fixing the stumps up and gives Conda a bit of extra time to think about where you need to be. And look, to be very honest with you, he's a difficult batsman to contain. And I still think, yeah, a Yorker where he gets it down low on the bat, I think could frustrate him and force him into going looking for a shot he doesn't want to play. But if you'd miss it, you're going to go the distance. And he does again. This is Maximo time. Beast mode is activated once again. It's another half a dozen to Vikramaseka.
Yeah, look, you're talking about bowling Yorkers, but if you get it slightly short, it's a half volley, and that's exactly what that was. It's just tried it just right in the slot.
Exactly right. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss full. I think a low full toss, it can be difficult to dig out with the bottom of the bat. So Conda, he knows all about it right now. And especially on artificial surfaces where they're generally pretty consistent with the bounce. You can really lean on those and hit through the line of the ball if you can bat. This one's a little bit short, and well, it shows you there's no margin for error. This might have been the same ball, but he had time to rock back on the back foot, sends it through square leg for 4. And now he is creeping up on that half century, moves to 45.
Yeah, they can't put fielders everywhere. They've got 2 straight. There hasn't been too much straight hitting really in the so far this week, mainly because of the wind. So maybe they should take the long on or the long off away.
Yeah, maybe try and force him into a shot that he doesn't really want to play, or with a high degree of difficulty. But it's difficult when you're out there. You got the ball in your hand. The beast looks like he's batting with the bat 2 feet wide. Hits this one on the offside again. Great bit of placement. There's a square cut, and there's 2 fielders back there on the boundary, but it splits the middle. And the beast goes to 49, and they're up another big over on the cards here for the PCC Kings.
He's got 3 overs to get to his 100. It wouldn't put it past him, actually. He's getting there, the beast. And Aaron Ashakan, he's just a spectator at the moment. Aaron Conda, what can he come up with?
That's all of the 7th over. Well, it won't be, because it's a wide. And in fact, they're going to get some bonus ones. And how many will they get? Yeah, it's going to roll away down that hill. There's going to be 5. Well, bring the nunchucks to a fight and hitting yourself in the face. And unfortunately, yeah, he's hitting himself. It's 5 runs.
I mean, I do feel for Aaron Conda. Like, where do you bowl to him? And that's not the area, because you have to bowl it again.
Square leg in place. Return and come for 2, and they will. And it also brings up the 50 for the beast, Sudesh Wickramasinghe. He's at 51 off only 22 balls. He gets a warm ovation from his teammates. He's batted really well in this innings. That was a big over. And he comes up with the half century here in match 10. And well, why don't you join us on the live chat? What do you think of this innings? What do you think of the beast's batting? It's been pretty explosive, if you ask me. Everyone is welcome on our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network. And why don't you subscribe if you haven't already, because we have over 1,000 matches of cricket we're planning to bring you this year. Well, today we've brought up the 300th match in the European Cricket Series this year. Also, we've had Portugal T10 and a few other tournaments that we've shown during the year as well. And Danny's just gone to get Tali. So it's just Vinny Sandhu here, Mr. Maximo in the commentary box, and we're certainly enjoying what we're seeing here from the beast. And he's definitely one player that you do want to keep your eye on if you're following European cricket. He's a joint world record holder for the fastest century in a T20 international. You can see why, if you get it slightly wrong to him, he can be so destructive. And well, let's see how close he can get to his 100 in 3 overs, because we've seen he can score very, very quickly. And well, we're yet to see 100 in the Czech Republic this week. And we're going to have Ramachandran come into the attack, the 8th over. Ashokan comes down and hits this one, and it's slightly to the right of the fielder. Actually does really well to field it in the end. And won't prevent the batsman coming back for 2. That was a nice bit of work, because it looked to be a bit of an awkward one. Took a funny hop at the end. Have a look at this. Comes around and just gets this awkward bounce, but still, in fact, he had the presence of mind, gets his body behind it. Next one, swing and a miss from Ashokan. And now they're going to get a bye. And, well, they might not just get one bye, they might get more. And this is how to turn a 0 into a 2. Will be the fan code European Cricket Series with a few crazy runs. There's some crazy cricket here.
Yeah, it's a little unsettling. I think they realise, mobilisers, that they're in a bit of a sticky situation here. They've only lost 1 wicket, PCC Kings, but with these 2 at the crease. It's going to be, well, hard to get this total already, and there's still a couple of overs left.
Yeah, certainly. Because after this one hits it hard. Well, at least it's blocked down there by the captain, Karamboyina. So we've seen a couple of good stops this over. Natarajan on the long on boundary made a good stop. That was another good one, because it really was motoring at him. Just never going to prevent the single. And the Beast in this kind of form. And, he's going to push up towards the 100 mark. Still a quarter of this innings left. So it'll probably be called a wide, it will be. And well, the Kings are looking dangerous. They won the previous series, and they in the European Cricket Series last year in Prague. So definitely throwing down the gauntlet to some of the other teams here in week 1. Now this one, he goes after it. Well, this is one-hander, and still is going to go at the maximum. And well, that's the Beast. And it was a slightly slower ball. Looked to be like more of an out-swinging delivery. He just threw one-handed and he dismissed it over the leg side for 6 more.
Yeah, that was rolling. I almost hit the cars in the car park. I wouldn't have hit him too hard though, but it's gone to the car park. I think they've decided to grab a new ball instead.
Players do have
fetched.
A lot of spare balls on hand when the Beast's batting. I've noticed that. Goes again in that direction. It'll take some stopping. Actually a really good piece of fielding down there. And we'll keep it to 1.
Didn't quite get hold of that one, but good fielding on the boundary. Would have gone for 4 if it got a bobble.
The 100's up for PCC Kings in the 8th over. Ashokan has been the silent partner of late. Hasn't had too much of the strike. Goes after this one, but it might be the end of him, and it is. And well, it's a nice bit of fielding that ends his innings, and it was Gokul Namburi who takes the catch. It was just miscued, trying to swing away on the leg side. Just got a bit of a leading edge. You'll see this. Went up there, was up there for a long time. Namburi judged it well and takes the catch. That's the 2nd wicket down for the Kings. And after 8 overs, it's 101 for 2.
Yeah, it's a little bit of respite there, I guess, for the mobilisers. Would have preferred to get Sudesh out, but Arun, he was a little bit frustrated there, I think, for a while. Bit of a rash shot. Just has to go for it though. Brings Kushal Mendon onto the into the middle. And the batsman cross, so Sudesh will be facing.
Yeah, well, Shokin, another useful contribution from him at the top of the order. He's left the innings in good hands, hasn't he? And he's outshining the Beast for a little bit there, but once the Beast got thirsty for runs, he has been quenching it with a succession of maximos. With only 12 balls left in this innings, it will be Sudesh Wickramasinghe on strike. That's good anticipation from the long-off fielder, who was expecting Talia coming at him. And so, well, there's Sago Hussain down there. He was expecting it. Had a smile on his face. Here's Suresh Kambrayina to bowl the 9th. He goes large. Well, he's got half a chance here. It's that fielder we talked about. He comes round and, wow, spills it at the last moment. And it was a good effort by Hussain. And we haven't had any rain yet, but that one almost brought it. And he went up for a long time. And I think even the Beast having a bit of a smile about that, saying, well, good luck catching that. It was miles in the air. And, well, he had it for a while, Hussain, but couldn't cling onto it. Spilled out as he went towards the turf. This next one's a full toss, attempted slower ball, and well, it's too spicy for the fielders on the leg side. Attempted foot fielding, so 6 and a 4. Well, 2 and a 4, I should say, to start the 9th over. And well, talked about it. No easy catches in these conditions. It's currently about 9 degrees, to give you an idea of what the players are dealing with out there. Not as windy as yesterday, still fairly breezy though. This one's gone nowhere. It's a miscue. Again, they're going to think about 2 to Hussain, and they're going to get it. And this is really alert cricket. See the little things that he does as well. Wickramasinghe runs well between the wickets and has the fundamentals of the game down. So even though Hussain was attacking that ball, he's right back on the boundary when the ball's bowled, and you can understand why. Wickramasinghe. That's all Kansara behind the stumps, keeping in the shades. Again, that's pretty optimistic. And Karambina, you can have the answers. Oh, full toss, and thanks for coming. This one's going to go over the bench as well. And it's going to be a no ball as well. And, well, the beast, this is hitting practice. And this one probably wouldn't have been out of place at Yankee Stadium. You see there? Yeah, probably just above the waist. And Kramaseka is saying, well, if it is or if it isn't, I'll tell you where it's ending up. And that could be another one for the car park. 6 more.
Yeah, he's getting there. He's 7 balls to equal his record.
He's going at the moment, isn't he? We have to wait on this one. This is straight through the offside. Again, the chase is going to be on, but it's going to beat the fielder to the boundary. So he's rocketed past the 3/4 century mark. He moves to 76. That was a free hit as well. Move up to 120. Since he's activated beast mode, there's been no looking back for Sudesh Wickramasinghe. Still 2 balls remaining in this over.
Will he get his 100, do you think, Vinny?
I'm going to say no. I think he's just going to... Just probably another over and I'd probably change my mind. But won't be for want of trying.
Kushal Mendon's no slouch either. He hasn't faced a ball yet, though. He's been a spectator.
Best seat in the house, really. Here's the last ball of the over. Goes after it. Now, I know that Sudesh's going to want 2 here. He's going to turn. He's going to think about it. He's not going to come back. In fact, hits the stumps. He's still not going to get one. And so it'll be a single to Mendon. He's off the mark. He'll be on strike. The first ball of the 10th over. Score after 9 overs is 122 for 2.
I'll tell you what, I think Sudesh wanted to come back for that second one so he could go for his 100.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's got in mind.
Yeah, he does.
So, maybe if Kushal can get a single off the first ball, he'll have 5 balls to get 23.
Mark Lovell saying in the chat, the Beast might have lost some weight since last summer. Have you noticed he's trimmed down a little bit?
He might have, actually. He's always been pretty fit.
And it looks like we've put on weight, but it's just that we're wearing 9 or 10 layers. So don't read in too much into what you're seeing from us. But Stephen Kelk also had a question about the flyovers we have, the shots that you see sometimes before the innings and sometimes during the matches. And there's some great drone footage done by the guys, and production team doing a really good job for us, providing some really nice shots. I love the shots to Canola as well. And Stephen wondering if it was private ECN helicopters. Yeah.
Not quite at that level yet.
Here's the 10th over beginning. Bangs it in, down the ground. And they'll definitely settle for a single here. Ashok Samiredi, who comes back to close out the innings. And you said, can he do it? I said, probably not. Well, he needs 23 runs. There's 5 deliveries remaining. So it's not impossible, but even for the Beast, I'd be very surprised if he can get there. He needs 4 sixes out of 5. What do you think?
4 sixes out of 5? Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised, but it'd be a tough ask. Oh, he's got him. Not getting his 100.
And look, one thing I've noticed that doesn't matter about the game situation, but when any player gets the Beast out, you just feel like they're going to carry that memory with them for a long time. Getting out the most destructive player in the country. And it's Ashok Samiredi who disturbs the timber. And even though it's the last over, that's a personal highlight for that bowler. And the score now is 123 for 3.
I think he'll be cutting that little bit of video out and putting it on loop for the next
just
few years.
Blur out the score at the bottom if you can. That would be good.
It's a sharp haircut too.
Oh, it is, isn't it? He's built for speed. What do you call that one there? It's like a wide mohawk. Bit of Ravi Paul about it. Remember Ravi Paul in week 4 of Italy?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Peter Young says good innings. Craig Hampson says skittled. Mark Lovell saying Vinny, it looks a lot warmer than Tornado Tuesday. I wouldn't say a lot warmer. It's definitely a lot less windy. New batsman at the crease is Saditha Udagala.
He's a good batsman, Roy.
This one's pretty well pitched as well. It's a slight Tortuga bounce. Goes fielder in the beanie, just for 1 run.
For quite a few years, Roy was probably the best batsman in the country. He's getting on a bit in age. Very good fielder still.
What do we think of the haircut? I'll put that one down to the chat. Is that a yes or a no? From Shock somewhere ready. Might be rocking that one soon.
It has to have a name. It does look like it's been just sort of planted there.
3 balls remain in the innings. Goes for this one. Hits it straight down the throat of the fielder. Well, and he's just popped it over. And it's gone for 6. And Maximo time. It was a good effort. I said straight down the throat, but it actually had a bit more on it than I thought. Natarajan trying hard. And he got aerial trying to haul it in, but all he could do was get half a hand on it. It ends up over the boundary. Just going over. You'll see here on the replay. It's 6-2 the total. So a good strike down the ground. They've hit 130 now. Still 2 balls remaining.
He's only faced 3 balls, Kaushal. Very patient. Can be a destructive batsman as well.
It's this one along the ground though. That same fielderman, Natarajan. He's just a little bit slow in picking that up. It's going to allow them to get back for 2. That'll allow Mendon to keep the strike for the last ball.
Yeah, it's a bit sloppy there. Didn't attack it. He's still looking at his fingers. I think he might have hurt himself a little bit. Well, at least they're ringing the fingers of the fielder out there.
Peter Young saying no earmuffs today yet. No, we haven't seen the earmuffs out today. Jay Wild thinks it's the skunk on the run. The hairstyle, I do like that one. I think that's a good one, Jay Wild. Hello, Prez. Last ball of the innings, 132 the score. And it probably will stay there. And not even a try for a run. It was a pretty good take by the keeper, Kansara, to haul this one in. Because it was moving. We're seeing a bit more extra pace. Look at there he is. He's actually very close. And well, like he's got the sunnies on for his own protection. But that will be the end of the innings. And Prague CC Kings, after winning the toss and electing to bat, they put a big score on the board. They're going to finish 132 for 3 off their 10 overs. And well, we see the players walking off the field. Mobilisers, it was an improved effort from them. But still, they had trouble keeping the beast at bay. And PCC have an impressive score on the board.
Yeah, it's difficult. And you've got the quality of Sudesh and Arun. Where do you bowl to them? And it was a pretty good effort there from mobilisers. As I mentioned, probably not the strongest team in this part of the draw. And they're very much the second team of Prague Spartans, who've done well over the last couple of years in recruiting players. But yeah, it's difficult against players like this quality and this power. So 133 to win for mobilisers, and might be a difficult ask for them, but don't want to get time in the middle. See if they can get close to this total. We'll see if they can do it just after, well, in a few minutes time. And we're back for the second innings of this game between Prague CC Kings and Prague Spartan mobilisers. Big total for mobilisers to get 133 off the 10 overs. It's going to be a tough ask. Some good bowling in the Kings lineup. We'll see if Sudesh gets a bowl. He may not. He's the main man with the bowling attack for Kings. So, but didn't get a bowl yesterday afternoon. He, got enough runs for him just to have a bit of a rest. It's a long tournament. You didn't want too many injuries. But mobilisers. It's fairly good bowling for the most part. Some expensive overs though. But that's pretty normal against the power of both Sudesh Wickramasekara and Aaron Ashokan. Probably be Samira opening the bowling as he normally does. Also quite a bit of outswing, and it will be Samira. Does spray them sometimes, but very good bowler in the past for both PCC and the Czech Republic. Mobilisers, as I mentioned, probably not the definitely not the strongest in this part of the draw. Bohemians had a rough start to the tournament on Monday. Still, most of them are still observing Ramadan, so they're fasting during the day, which causes different sorts of problems for the for players. So, Vinny, what do you think of this game?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a tough task for the mobilisers, but again, I think they're just going to try and put as many on the board as they can. Here's Mataranga opening the bowling. First ball of the second innings. Nice confident start by Nakudka. He's impressed me with his batsmanship throughout the series. And just got some toss news for you. The Brno Raiders, well, they've made the trip up. They've won the toss and elected to bowl. That's right, pardon me. They've elected to bat first. Should know I was just there. It's going to be interesting to see how they go.
Yeah, it's a wide. Yeah, Brno, it's a few hours away from Prague, so the boys have made a trip up. You see shared cars. They're a good club down there. They've got 3 teams: the Rangers, the Raiders, and the Raptors. Here comes Samira to bowl again. Big swing and a miss. Hilal Ahmed is the keeper. Again, very experienced. So they've got a man, deep square leg, and she's probably still in the circle. There's a third man, deep third man. Just push down on the leg side, just for a single. Joining the commentary box by Oki the commentary dog. She's just come in for a bit of a hello. Here comes Samira again. This one's hit nicely, and that'll be 4 runs. Just behind point. Bit too wide there from Samira. He does tend to bowl that line though. Maybe a bit too short. And nice shot there from Faibov, who was impressive on Monday. That's with a very open stance. Give them plenty of scope to hit on both sides of the ground. Samira comes in again. It's wide. That's what I've stumped called a wide. You I don't know if you can hear it in the background. I know that it's Wednesday at 12 o'clock when I hear that sound. It's like a you'll hear a siren soon. It's a little bit of a warning before saying that test of siren. You may or may not hear that because at on the first Wednesday of each month at 12 o'clock, and they will sound a siren. They do warn before, and then afterwards they mention it. So you'll hear that very shortly. Don't get alarmed by the alarm. It's perfectly normal here in the Czech Republic. Here comes Samira again. Just tucks up the batsman a bit. Sort of Vibe just getting tucked up a bit in the on the first day like that. Then he smashed one for 6, so he can play on the leg side quite comfortably. But I think in the start of his innings, he likes to see the ball onto the bat, just outside off stump. Tends to duck away from it. Otherwise, the sun's come out here as well. And we will see Sudesh bowling. He'll be taking the new ball again. Interesting tactic. There is some bowling.
Well, I'm back just in time, luckily. And now, Talia just getting very excited about Madaranga's first over. Wanted to go congratulate him in person. Or in dog.
Jesus, he's quite a bit away from the tent, but she's getting very protective. Here comes Sudesh. Yeah, I was saying before, 12 o'clock there's a siren that's going to go off, Vinny. It happens on the first Wednesday of each month at 12 o'clock, so if you hear the siren. I know it too well because I've got one. I live on the top floor of a building.
So what's the significance of the siren?
It's just a test of the siren, so just in case there's any emergency or anything, they can the sirens go off, and then people are aware that something's happening. But sometimes in villages also there'll be a PA system.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the siren.
There it is. You called it. And is this every Wednesday? Is it?
First Wednesday of the month at 12 o'clock.
Hopefully there's no emergencies the first Wednesday of the month at 12 o'clock.
That's it.
That could be a big problem.
Yeah. So this is not an air raid, not a nuclear attack, I hope. Just a normal thing that happens. It lasts for, I think, 2 minutes, from memory. Oh, it's good bowling.
I thought maybe it's the sun siren, because we've seen the sun poking out at this exact moment, and isn't it nice? This ground, I haven't really seen it bathed in sunshine yet, but I'll tell you what, it looks beautiful. And the canola in the background as well. Well, there's a beautiful beast coming down at a rate of knots, sending that white ball down at decent speed here in the second over.
Suresh is, he's a very good bowler, and he's lost a little bit of pace. I think he can still put the odd one through a bit quicker when he needs to, but he's very respectful to the batsman as well, or the level of the batsman. And so if there's someone who's not quite as experienced, he'll tone it down a bit. Didn't tone it down there. There's a first wicket. That was rifled in. And that Smith Patel there, good fielder, he takes the catch, and it's the first mobiliser's wicket down.
Yeah, well held as well. So it's going to be tough for mobilisers. We know that they lose their first wicket. Now it's 8 for 1.
Got some exciting news for you, Vinny.
Oh, I love exciting news.
I just spoke to Phil, who spoke to Voita, who said the pies are on the way.
So that is exciting. Not as exciting if the pies were here, but on the way is close to that. And hopefully your pie, we found the mystery of your missing pie. Oh. Well, you did. How's this?
Yeah, I ordered a pie yesterday, and then I looked in the box, and there was no pie for me. I got my peas, gravy, and mash, but no pie. So there was one pie that was sort of unaccounted for, so I got that one, which is a nice chicken curry pie.
I've been mixing them up myself, yeah.
I've been mixing them up as well. Yeah, absolutely. But there you go. That's the end of the siren. But I spoke to Stan in the telecast van. Stan in the van.
Yeah, Stan in the van.
He apologised to me because they found a pie with Danny written on it, and then he did the worst thing imaginable.
Yeah.
Instead of taking it home and reheating it, which he knows now, he threw it out. He threw out a pie shop pie.
Unforgivable.
Unforgivable. As Phil said, it's a high offence in some parts of the world. Same as spilling beer. I think
spilling beer.
Spilling beer here, especially, that's the highest offence in the Czech Republic if you spill a beer.
I'm going to say, as soon as your pie's here today, I'm going to let you go and eat it straight away. That's only fair. It's Mataranga. Oh, his second over. Pitches up. And well, on strike over-committing a little bit, but it was fumbled by Sadir Gladson. So there's no run.
He did dive straight into the ground there, Sadir. He's good in that area. He's very quick on the ball. And, we saw Sadir also with the gloves on earlier in the tournament. It's a nice shot. Just didn't quite get hold of it. So a bit short from Samira, just tucked around the corner in the end. There's a man down there as well. Maybe it's a trap. It's Kushal Mendon. A bit of a quicker ball. Samira just put the odd quicker ball in.
Yeah, he's a bit of a weapon up front, isn't he, Mataranga? Showing the Kings just impressive with the bat, but also they can defend totals as well. Haven't really been put under pressure yet, though, in this tournament.
Let's just get down to Smith Patel. Just a bit ledgy.
Well, look, we've got Mina here carrying what looks like 70 or 80,000 pies. They're pretty heavy. Trying to ratchet on the pads, looks like it's down the leg side. I don't know how Mina got that job. Surely there's someone else. Oh, she does a great job. Project manager for this tournament. Please have to solve all kinds of problems. Well, Danny, I'm going to actually force you now off the commentary, and you've earned your pie, that's for sure.
I'll be fine. I'd rather watch the game. I'll warm my hands on the pie.
You can watch it and eat at the same time. It's okay.
We'll see. I'll undertake.
Well, what do you think, guys? Thanks to the crew from the Down Under for providing us with lunch. Here's Mataranga. Pushes him right back and he defends. And, well, it's going to be an uphill climb, to say the least, for the mobilisers in this one. Nice and warm. Just got my pie handed to me. It's a bit silly to let Danny go first now. He goes after this one. This is well struck down the ground. Well, it should run all the way to the boundary, and it does. And this is a nice straight hit. And it's Conda who's out there and gets away a boundary. We haven't seen too many balls hit straight down the ground for four. And that just shows you how well he hit it. So Mataranga, a bit of treatment there. It's a nice bit of batting. Took on the shot, and what I liked about that shot is he didn't try and hit across it. We've seen so many batsmen taking the bait, hitting across the line. Slightly shorter boundaries, spare of the wicket, but you do run the risk of missing it. Get to the end of the over. It's 17 for 1 at the end of 3.
Vinny, now I've been distracted by pies, so I might.
I was going to say, well, if you want to sit and watch the game, that's fine. I can watch it while listening to your voice and eating my pie. That's fine.
I'll duck in occasionally with a comment, but definitely. And Oki, the commentary dog, has joined me for a pie as well. Don't think I should get any.
Smith Patel comes into the attack and starts with the single conceded to point.
It's good to see Smith getting a bowl. He's an up-and-coming player here in the Czech Republic. He's a very, very good fielder, and his bowling's just been worked on by Charles Croucher, who's out here.
He's out here right now. He's at long on now. Charles, see him out there. Yeah, Smith Patel. This little dab shot. We've seen this attempted on a few occasions today, always successfully. Beats him outside the off stump. And Hilal Ahmed behind the stumps for Kings. Pretty reliable with gloves.
So, Vinny, do you remember what kind of player you got?
I don't know, because what does the B stand for here?
I don't know. Well, it could be a Bombay.
Yeah, maybe.
I got a Melbourne today.
Yeah, I think I had the Melbourne on the first day. My instructions when they asked me what I wanted, I just said I want to try them all. A bit of a lucky dip.
You've got a Sydney. So you're my hometown. I'm going to Melbourne.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if there's a Sydney. What would Sydney be? Mostly kangaroo.
Sydney? No, Sydney's a...
Smith Patel knocks him over. Well, he got straight up, and that was the end of the batsman. And this time he did hit across. A bit of movement off the pitch. And, well, we have to repair the damage. Wicket goes over. Look at this one. Just seemed to come in just a little bit off the pitch. It's the end of now Kutka, who's a good batsman, and he has to go back. You think with him go, the hopes of mobilisers here in match 10. It's 19 for 2.
Yeah, it's good bowling.
I said kangaroo, but I don't know why I said that. The reason I said it, I'll tell you why I said it, because Sydney is, for me, is a bit of a cliche of Australia. Like when you've got all the landmarks there and, you know, kangaroos and all that, just think feeds into that.
Because that's what you see, just hopping around Sydney as kangaroos.
You ride them to work. You know the amount of people that think I ride a kangaroo to work when I'm in Australia? Americans especially, always suckers for that one.
Yeah, you have it's a personal little beer cozy in the pouch. Every time you need a beer, just take it out of a kangaroo's pouch.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah, it is. The Sydney is a beefsteak and black beer.
Oh yeah,
it's lovely. And I'm going to tuck into that, and you're going to tuck into that's yours actually. I'm going to tuck into the Melbourne, which is an Aussie mince, onions and peppery gravy.
So a bit short and worked around the corner. New batsman out there is Shock. Somebody ready? Yeah, I think I had the Melbourne on Monday. That's pretty good. Again, thanks to everyone at Down Under for looking after us with the food this week.
Well, I'm going to tuck into this pie just quickly. I'm going to warm my hands on the base there because they are nice and warm.
Take that option as well. Right, mine. Smith Patel. Oh, he gets another one. And it's the second of the over. Well, batsman looks like he's in shock. That is Aaron Conda. That has to go this time. And again, trying to do the right thing. Up the scoring. Involves taking some risks. And this time he knocks the off stump out of the ground. It's been a great over from Aaron Conda. He gets 2 wickets off it. And only 3 runs conceded. It's 20 for 3 after 4. That's exactly where you want to be. If you're bowling this type of cricket, if they miss, you got to hit. And 4 overs down. Kaya Mehta. He's going to be the bowler in the 5th. And I like him. I think he's a wily spinning option. He bowls intelligently. He's got a chance to bowl left-hander as well. Shaksami Reddy will be on strike for the first ball. Joining him out there in the middle at the moment is the keeper, Vatsal Kansara.
He did get man of the match, I think, in the first day, one of the games, Kayor, and he is a very good bowler. He's very consistent and very crafty as well, determined.
He goes the reverse. How he gets it good. And how's this? 4 runs. Wow. Talk about your innovative batting shots. This is a great piece of work by Samareddy. He got it down and nailed it in, and you see here, I think you'll find that just it's going to be out here, and I think by the time the bowler took the bails, he was over the line before crashing into the umpire. It was in perfect position, just not perfect position to avoid being collided with. Mehta will continue. This time he's going to be bowling at Vatsal Kansara. this is well pitched. This is where you want to be to the new batsman as well. Everything's grinding to a halt. Not even quite at run a ball pace at the moment, the mobilisers. Goes after this one. I don't think it's going to carry to the fielder on the boundary. Mataranga eventually makes his way to the ball. We've got a slight mix-up, but he's thrown it to the moon. The keeper had no chance. Hilal Ahmed. Well, they turned gravity off for a ball there as Mataranga launched that one back, and there was some indecision between the batsmen. But they safely get back for 2 runs in the end. Last ball of the over. Driven down to that same fielder, Mataranga. This time, a little cleaner. The single to finish the over. After 5 overs, it's 28 for 3. Well, that's a halfway point. Only 28 runs on the board. I think it's fair to say that the Kings have immobilised the mobilisers. Struggling to get any momentum in the innings, and it's a bit of a mismatch for me in class and experience. See Charles Croucher out there, and he's warming himself up. You see him at the bottom right hand of the screen looking towards us, saying, "Hello, ready." You didn't get a bat, Charles. Said he's very keen, been working on a few things. And I don't mean about his bowling, he's been working on trying to get the captain to give him a bowl. Did you see Danny enjoying his pie from the down under? Just give us a thumbs up if you like it. Smith Patel comes back into the attack. He's bowling his second over.
Yeah, just going back to the pie situation. It's this is delicious. It's there's just, you know, the sweetness of onions. It's coming through nicely, and it's a mince pie. It's a classic Aussie pie. It's perfect. So
it's me.
Thanks.
Gets this one wrong, it'll be wide.
Thanks to Ash and Megan at the Down Under.
Thanks, Ash. Thanks, Megan. Yeah, I think we're becoming everything now on ECN, aren't we? Becoming food critics. We're just a little hint of the sweetness of the onions. I like that. Maybe that's a career I could get into.
Definitely glad that it's biryani free.
No biryani free zone. Don't mind the odd biryani. But variety is the spice of life, of course. And I wouldn't mind something really spicy. And then I think everyone should be forced to have something really spicy one day. Let's just see what happens. See what they're made of. Oh, I appreciate getting looked after at these venues by the local organisers in every nation that we go to, and we certainly appreciate Terry and Charles and the contribution of Chris and many others in the Czech Republic. It's hit hard, but I tell you what, might be big trouble. There is big trouble. It's going to be a run out. And you see the non-striker was just off with the hit, and it was news to Sammy Reddy, who kind of just had to go. He dropped the ball onto the stumps, but at any rate, the stumps fell over. Let's have a look at this a bit close up. You see, non-striker went. I don't think the striker was that keen about it. I think he drops the ball onto the stumps. And at any rate, the fact that the ball knocked the stumps over would mean that the stumps have been knocked out of the ground, so it would be out at any rate. So wasn't a great bit of running between the wickets, but it was a alert bit of fielding and needless wicket loss. But that's what's going to happen when you're trying to lift the rate, looking for runs that perhaps aren't there. It's 30 for 4 in the 6th over. Sadir Gladson getting the ball back to Smith Patel, who continues. Again, he's just lost a couple on the offside this over, Smith. And, well, mobilisers just going to try and get something going with the bat here. They can try and put a score on the board, maybe something in the order of 80, so add some respectability to the scoreline. Goes after it this time, and what a catch! Unbelievable work by Keameta. Wow, this one, it's the old Statue of Liberty, but it's the diving Statue of Liberty. Up he went, and you thought he had absolutely no chance, and that is the catch of the tournament.
That was an absolute beauty from Kayor. Just put a hand up, another look at it, and it stuck. Very good fielding.
Look at
He's a good cricketer.
And how about that? Says, how about it? And I don't know who was more surprised, the batsman or Kayameta. Have a look at this. Went up. And you see that he never really had a chance to set himself. He had to take off while running backwards at full speed. Put the right hand up in the air and plucked it. What a piece of fielding. We've seen some great catches so far in this tournament. Rohit Deshmoini with his catch. And now this one from Mehta, an absolute stunner. Smith Patel gets another wicket. He's laughing as well. 3 for 6, not even including the run out he was involved in earlier this over. I'm sure the chat will be lit up after that. What a catch it was. Machula Varshini enjoyed it. Now this could be another one. I'll tell you what, that was about the same distance. This time he's going to pluck it out of the canola. He's going to go for 4 runs to finish Smith Patel's spell. Still, he finishes with 3 for 10. His score after 6 overs is 35 for the loss of 5. Yeah, well, Kerno just saying, Vinny, isn't it a bit cruel to be flaunting all that food during Ramadan? Well, probably in a way. Luckily, we've got the walls up, so unless you're watching it on TV, probably not going to notice. I tell you what, if I was fielding on the boundary, I'd be getting a whiff of these pies, thinking, I'm going to try and finish this as soon as possible. You see there, Danny's enjoying the mashed potatoes and mushy peas with nice gravy as well. So, yeah, my tummy's rumbling. But what a catch that was. Probably the catch of the tournament. What do you guys think? Let us know on the YouTube chat. ECN European Cricket Network. And now, the man with the golden hand, K.M. Mehta, he'll get to bowl his second over in the 7th of the innings. Right back on his stumps and shopping away. Now, well, this could be out as well. Well, it's going to be out. And what a piece of fielding. And, wow, just dawdling, wasn't he? Let's have a look. So he plays it away. So he just starts trotting about here. He says, well, I might be in a bit of trouble here. And then what a throw. And it was a great decision by the umpire. And, well, game over. Grumboyina, he goes for a golden duck. It's 35 for 6. Yeah, it was the captain that ran out the captain. Aaron Ashokan. What a piece of fielding. Grumboyina. He's got to go, and now sprinting out there. Obviously, strict time limits on the batsman coming out. It's the new batsman, Natarajan. This one, swing and a miss. Also missed by the keeper, Hilal Ahmed. Go for a bye. Well, haven't we seen some amazing fielding in this series already? What a direct hit. And now, it's the full-blown emergency for the mobilisers now. Luke says that catch will take some beating. I'd agree with that. Mehta getting ready to continue. He's done everything except get a wicket to his own name. Steve McVeigh, that wasn't the best running between the wickets. Bit of ball watching. Yeah, watching the ball's fine when it's coming down at you, but not when you're running between the wickets. Mehta beats him outside. Down stump. Yeah, he was just trotting on the spot, wasn't he? Half an appeal. We'll be heading down the leg side. And Machula Bavashini thought it was funny. That was a dance step. The next one's chopped onto his own pads. And it's been a pretty good spell from Mehta. Hasn't given too much away. Only 8 runs in his spell. Low full toss. It's just going to be sliced away for a single. And this will finish the 7th over. At the end of 7 overs, it's 37 for 6. And well, not too far away from the next game. This is going to be Bohemians, who are back. And they're taking on the Brno Raiders, who we're going to see for the first time. Now, this game is beginning in just over half an hour's time. And, well, the Raiders, let's see what they can do. They are considered the best team in Brno, that Brno club. But it's their first game, so they might be a little bit rusty. Bohemians, and they've had to fight really hard for a 6-run win this morning against Vinor CC, getting some revenge. That was their first win of the tournament. I can tell you the news from the toss. Now, I have to correct this. It's that the Brno Raiders won the toss and elected to bowl first. So they'll be bowling first. A slight misunderstanding at the toss, but we've corrected that now. And, well, Charles Crouchers getting involved and getting a bit too involved. We might have had another run out here, and it was the Beast. Maybe that was a set play as Croucher overran the ball. And, well, this game is running out of steam. The mobilisers have broken down, like I said in the chat. This next ball from Ali Sitter goes to Croucher again. He's going to load up and throw at the stumps. And, well, it might have hit the stumps on the pitch next door. Charles. It's great to see him out there. He's been warming up that shoulder the whole innings, trying to get the captain's attention. Maybe he needs to keep warming it up, judging by that throw. Sitar. This is good from the Kings. Start to get excited about some of the matchups we're still to see in this group. Particularly the one I'm looking forward to is the PCC Kings versus Vinorati, rematch of last year's final. And with Bohemians starting to click and them getting some of their players back as well, I think that you do have a lot of strength. And Brno, let's see what we see from the Brno Raiders.
It's interesting, I think. I was a bit confused also. Oh, that's a nice shot.
It's going big. How big is it? It's going to go all the way. Maximo time. And, well, this is a nice shot by Al Mahmood. Small noted for his bowling. Gets this one out of the middle of the bat. With the wind, it sails over the ropes.
Yeah, just going back to the Raiders and Rangers and Raptors, I always get confused, but I think the Raiders are the second team. I think the Rangers are the first team. It's,
because actually they had some tussles last year and there wasn't too much between them.
You're right.
So I was a little bit confused about that one. As this next one goes up and, well, it should be a catch for Ashokan, and he doesn't make a mistake. And he's a very accomplished fielder. And just went back and takes another wicket. And a seventh one goes down. It's 46 for 7. Well, nice bit of work there by Ashokan, who's led this team expertly. Looks to be leading to another fairly comfortable victory. Still Charles Croucher still trying to warm that shoulder up. He's sniffing a bowl. And, well, for the mobilisers, still it's been hard work, and we've seen some promising things from them, but particularly with the bat, especially with the lose Nakutka early, you knew it was always going to be a tough 10 overs for them against this strong PCC Kings bowling and fielding lineup.
Yeah, it's been pretty comfortable for Kings. They knew that score of 132 on the board that was going to be favourites to win this game.
Sitar gives it straight. Charles will get some more work. And this time, nice easy throw over the top. This will end the over. At the end of 8 overs, it's 46 for 8. And, well, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Charles Croucher. And he's currently involved in the national setup as well, isn't he, Danny? Maybe you can enlighten us to Charles's involvement with the Czech national team now this season.
Yeah, he's the assistant coach, and he's a very enthusiastic person. It's just infectious enthusiasm. And he's doing a good job there with Alex Saracena, the new head coach. But Charles is really driving that as well. He's very active on social media as well with the team, encouraging him, and so I think he's a big asset to Czech cricket.
There you go. Well, hopefully bowling coaching is a bit more of do as I say, not as I do. as that warm-up ball goes down the leg side. But yeah, it's great to have Charles involved. Originally from Queensland in Australia. He's moved over to Europe now, and it's great to see him getting involved in cricket. And let's see if he can nab a wicket. I'm sure he'd love that one. With people watching all around the world. Croucher. Oh, and he gets one straight through him. And well, how about that? Didn't have to wait too long. The first one was a bit of a loosener, but Croucher, the next one was right on target. Over goes the timber. And another wicket goes down.
Yeah, he got a little bit of turn there. And that's top of middle stump. Doesn't get any better for a bowler.
Oh, it does that noise. Escorting the batsman off the field. See there, followed through in that direction. Went for the sweep. It wasn't quite there, was it, for Namburi? And you're right, getting a little bit of spin out of this surface. And we thought we might see a bit of spin. And look at him. Yeah, it looks like in movie star looks. And the
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, the Bruce Willis. I'm thinking that's the other guy that's in those movies. You know the guy I'm talking about. Is it James? Oh, come on.
Samuel L. Jackson.
He's like a tough guy.
I'm trying to think of other bald actors.
Come on, help me out in the chat.
Charles Bronson? No.
Come on.
Yul Brynner? No.
Come back to you. Here's Croucher again. Beats him. Might have been the Doosra.
Not The Rock.
No, not The Rock.
Vin Diesel?
No.
If anyone knows what Vinny's talking about.
Anyone can read my mind. Can you please?
Christoph Waltz?
Stop talking, Daddy. This one's on the leg side. It'll be a wide. Watch out, the wide. The next one's off, and the next one is the dangerous one. And this is gonna annoy me.
Jason Statham.
Yes.
That's
Thank
who it is.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
got it now. I got it.
Jason Statham. Right, edit that one in. Here's the next one. And it's going to be a single. Jason Statham. Now, let's get an image of him up to see if I'm right.
What was the series he was in?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm spot on.
Yeah, he does look like him.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's Jason Statham.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry to Jason Statham if you're watching. But didn't
There's a nickname in that for sure.
recognise you straight away.
What's the film series he was in? The Immobilizer or the Exterminator or something like that. I don't remember. I'm sure that someone in the chat will know what I'm talking about. Sigourney Weaver.
John Travolta. There's a few good ones in here. You guys.
I love it.
You're keeping us entertained all day.
That's it. He's now Sigourney.
Sigourney Weaver. Oh, Aliens. That's a frightening movie. 2 balls to come for Croucher. Dragging it down a little bit.
The Equalizer.
Oh, this one might be out. That's really close. And wow, tell you what, I think this one was closer than you think. And look at the speed at which Croucher gathers this return. And that one was just dawdling again. But have a look. I reckon this is out. Look.
Whoa.
Told you. Very unlucky not to get a run out. No one was really expecting it, I think, including the umpire.
Fake running.
Fake running. A bit of Croucher Tiger Hidden Dragon. Mind games from Charles there. Last ball of the ninth. Driven down the ground. Well pitched delivery. And they'll just jog through for a single and land the ninth over. 54 for 8. Well, it's been a pretty comprehensive performance again by the Kings, and the mobilisers, again, see some one-sided games from time to time, but generally what we see is that